guys, it's Shanika here, Broke2dope. We're live in Austin, South by Southwest. We have Jacob Waddy here with us. What's up?
It is what it does, what it do.
So, for those who don't know you, just introduce yourself a bit.
My name is Jacob Waddy, and the story continues in ATL, originally from Seattle, Washington. I got a project called Channel 92, trying to get y'all to look at the big picture. You know what I'm saying? Deprogram yourself from what they say, do what the fuck you want to do, because at the end of the day, you live for yourself and nobody else. Dig?
That's what's up. That's a great philosophy. So, going back just to the top, you used to go by J Prime, right?
Yeah,
What started the name change?
Man, I feel like I was just coming into myself, man. Like, you know, to be Prime, you know what I mean? And you know, Prime just really needs to tap into Jacob. You know, I feel like the best way for people to get to understand me as a rapper, as an artist, you know, is through Jacob. And as a young man, you go through transitions, and your life starts to develop and mold you as a person. I started to be a lot more confident in who I was. Like, you don't know another rapper named Jacob either, so I was like, fuck it.
Not really.
I'm just about to be Jacob, man. Like, you know, and my homie was like, yo, what if he was just Jacob? So, I mean, there's a couple people in my inner circle that was second in. I was like, yo, that would be ill, you know, because they're not even expecting you to come off the top hard like that. You know what I mean? A rapper named Jacob, you know, but my middle name is Waddy, so that's where that Waddy comes from. You know?
Okay, that's what's up. So, do you think your music has changed since then?
Absolutely, because I've changed as a person, you know. And I feel like I've developed and, you know, evolved, and when you evolve, your music does too, you know.
That's
you know exactly like, you know, who I am and where I want to go, and, you know, the music I would make, shit I wouldn't do, you know, shit I wouldn't say, you know, artists I would collab with, and venues I would put myself in, and venues I wouldn't, you know.
That's what's up. So, tell me about your latest project. What project you got coming up?
Yeah, man, Channel 92. So I was born in 1992. I think it's really dope because I use aspects and like iconic references from the year of 1992 and related it to what was going on in my personal life in Channel 92.
Give us an example.
Okay, so on 750, the single I'm promoting right now, I took the presidential debate from 1992 with Bill Clinton and George Bush. And there was a lady who stood up and asked George Bush a question, both of them a question. It was like, you know, how can you relate to the economic crisis of the people if you haven't, you know, gone through it or witnessed it yourself, you know what I mean? And George Bush didn't really have a great answer. So at the end of the song, I put his response to me was, well, I think that economic problems affect everybody. It's like, no shit, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
But, and that kind of, you know, sparked a little inspiration and, you know, beefing up that song, you know, and getting people to understand where I was coming from. And, you know, I also used, see, one more. I know I'm talking a lot, but one more. If you ever seen the movie Boomerang with Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
All right, so at one point in my life, I was caught up like between two chicks, you know what I mean?
And if you did,
I was like, there was like the pretty ass chick that, you know, that had a lot going on, but wasn't as like down to earth, you know what I'm saying? And then there was the other chick who was down to earth, but that was okay, you know what I mean? So I was in that position, man, and you know, trying to find into myself like not to cheat or not to cheat, like, you know what I mean? That's the question. And part of me, like, most niggas don't care, they don't give a fuck, but man, I'm a sucker for love, and like at that point in my life, I was like, yo, I don't want to cheat on her, and you know, so that movie, man, I took Grace Jones when she was like, you know, you want this pussy, come and get this pussy, because I felt like chick was throwing it at me, and she was there, you know what I mean? I was like, damn. And so I took that and, you know, a couple other things and shit like that, and it just related to my overall story with the two chicks. So I can't tell y'all the outcome, you know what I mean? You gotta listen to the song, listen to the record. It's called Boomerang. The song's called Boomerang.
So when do we expect this project? Is it out already?
And I don't even be doing release dates and shit. You know what I'm saying? I put release date. I notice every time I put a release date on something, like if something goes wrong or like doesn't go right, or you know what I mean, like something just doesn't work out. So I'm just going with the flow, man. I want y'all to want it. When when enough of y'all want it, I'll just throw it out there. But I've been shooting a video for each song. JacobWaddy.com. I got 4 videos so far and like 4 singles on my SoundCloud. You know, the project is about 14 tracks. So you know, who knows? You know, before I drop it, you might have a video for each one. You know?
Dope. So we're definitely going to be checking out for Channel 92.
Yeah.
And let's speak on a little bit more about your team, 750.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
750, man. All right, so For the longest, man, I was working at car washes and all kind of shit that just wasn't me. But the last job I had before I decided to quit was for a company called CVS, and they started me at $7.50. I worked for them for about a year and a half, 2 years, and I did not get one raise. Actually, I did. They gave me 22-cent raise within 2 years. It was like 22 cents. So I stopped at like 7.80 something. Like the fuck, like after taxes, it didn't even matter anyway, you know. But when I was 19, I took that job because, you know, I was just trying to take the first thing that was handed to me. And that song, man, is to encourage everybody, man, don't just take the first thing that's handed to you because you got options, you know what I mean? In this world, the world gives you so many options, you know, and opportunities. You just gotta tackle the right ones and tackle the right ones that are parallel to who you are as a person, you know what I mean? Don't just take anything because, you know, you feel like, you know, there's nothing else left, you know? There's nothing else gonna come because other shit will come, you know? But you gotta value yourself. So in that whole process of 750 and recording it, man, I also learned to value. I kind of reassured to myself, like, you know, I'm not going back to that shit, you know, even when, you know, because business slows down and it raises, even as an independent contractor as myself. But when I have those moments where I'm like, yo, I need some, like, consistent money, like right now I'm having a bad month, I just get on my...
We like to ask artists, do you have a Broke2dope moment? Does that kind of fit into your Broke2dope moment?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I was so hyped when Broke2dope posted my shit, man. I was like, yo, this is perfect. Like, yo, I knew that I'm kind of lost for words, man, because I was like, yo, that is Broke2dope. You know, from like coming from 750 to just being a rapper and working in film. You know, one thing people don't know about me is that
when I looked up there right now,
after I left my job at CBS, I was a production assistant for BET, CBS, NBC, and, you know, a lot of major companies. I learned a lot about what goes on behind the scenes and how to shoot my own shit. And teamed up with my bro, Jordan DeVoe, you know what I'm saying, who works for Grown Kids Productions, and we just started shooting my own shit, and, you know, doing it, like, being real hands-on with it, man. I walked into it like, yo, why you got me in film and TV? I want to be a rapper. I want to be in music. You know what I mean? But you got me in film and TV. It's like everything wraps back around. I'm spiritual. I feel like God never forgets a promise. And it happened for a reason. Since then, I'm the production manager for Motion Family. So,
what's up?
You know, so it's been working in my favor, man.
How was that experience?
It's dope, man. I run into a lot of rappers, but at the same time, it's still for Broke2dope because I see a lot of rappers, and I'm the one, you know, trying to get them to sign the release forms. And I'm like, yo, I need to be on that camera. So I'm still grinding, you know, and it, you know, as much as people might think it's a gravy job, it is, but, you know, I'm trying to tour the world and being around different musicians and, you know, understanding, you know, the ins and outs of it, it helps, but it also encourages me to get about that situation and, you know, live for myself.
Dope. So we're here at South by, you know, anybody you really want to check out?
Man, and it sucks, man. Like, my last interview was there and shit. Like, I really don't pay attention to too many rappers like that. And all the rappers that I did follow, like, they're super huge now. Like, I was following Big Crit, J. Cole, like Kendrick. I was following all of them like 2009. Like, you know what I mean? And those were rappers I was in. Now they all the way up there and shit. So honestly, like, because I've been so wrapped up in, you know, my shit, I haven't really have my eyes peeled to any other new artists. But if you are a new artist, I'm very open-minded. You know, I'm not Hollywood. You know, I feel like I'll never be Hollywood. So, you know, I'm down to give anybody a listen. You know, so fuck with me. I'm doing collabs.
You have performances, right?
Yeah, I had a performance.
But how was it?
Yeah, it was dope, man. I premiered my next single on it. You know, it's bass driven, man. You know, I'm trying to come out of Atlanta. A lot of people tell me that I can't come out of Atlanta because, you know, my music is charismatic and, you know, kind of lyrical to an extent. You know what I mean? But I mean, I feel like I can, you know, because there's that demographic in Atlanta that fucks with good music. You know what I mean? Not that Atlanta doesn't have good music, but, you know, I guess you know, my type of music. You know what I mean? My shit. So, in efforts to not totally destroy myself, I put together a little twerk record, but and it's called On It. Put my hands on it. Y'all gonna hear it. It's pretty dope, man. But I'm flowing, I'm being myself, and I thought it was super ratchet. But people listening, they're like, yo, Jacob, it's not even that ratchet. You good, bro? You know what I mean? You straight. So I felt like I accomplished it. I accomplished that, and you know, sticking to who I am as a person and still making a commercial record. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Alright. Anything you want to tell the people?
Man, JacobWaddy.com, you know? Fuck with me, I fuck with you.
Tell them all your links, everything.
Jacob Waddy G is the Twitter and the Instagram. That's JacobWaddy. That's the Twitter and Instagram. My website is JacobWaddy.com. Yeah, man, and that's pretty much it, man. Be great. You know what I'm saying? Try to be great. Fuck being good. Good is the enemy of great. You know what I mean?
Dope. Nice talking to you. And we are here live at South by Southwest. We out, you guys.
Come up, my old homie had girls on the job making all that money, sucking all that yuck up, beating they butts, wiping them up, watching them bleed, being in cuffs high. Never seen that shit. It's crazy how my bro good to be that shit.